Hey y'all, it's me Dorian, and today I'm going to be making for you, or showing you how to make one of my favorite dishes, granola. I know a lot of times you see it in the store, and it's quite expensive, but it's really cheap to make it on your own. So I wanted to show you how. So these are my ingredients. I'm going to use old-fashioned rolled oats. I'm also going to use unsweetened shredded coconut, sliced almonds, and you can actually get the almonds in bulk at your local grocery store. I'm also going to use some sea salt, some ground flaxseed, which I also buy in bulk, sunflower oil, 100% pure maple syrup, and pure vanilla extract and almond extract. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to start with my dry ingredients. I'm going to add 4.5 cups of these old-fashioned rolled oats. Now I am going to add a 1/2 cup of shredded coconut. And I'm just going to add a cup of the sliced almonds. It looks like this is probably about a cup in here, so I'm just going to eyeball it. I actually like to add a lot of almonds to mine. I really like the almond flavor that it adds to the granola. And I'm going to add just a little bit of flaxseed. I'm actually using a spoon. This is ground flaxseed. I usually add about 1 to 2 tablespoons, depending on how I want it to taste. Sometimes I add cinnamon to it, but I'm not going to add cinnamon to this batch. So mix that up. And I'm going to add some salt. It calls for 1/4 tablespoon of salt. So I'm just going to eyeball that because I have this salt grinder. Mix that up. Alright, and next I am going to use a smaller bowl to add my wet ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to add is my sunflower oil, and I'm going to use 1/4 cup of sunflower oil. And next I'm going to add a maple syrup. Now I'm going to use 1/2 cup of maple syrup. I like to add the maple syrup after the oil to the same measuring cup because it allows me to actually pour off all the maple syrup easily because of the oil. Okay. Just a little tip. Okay. And next I'm going to add my vanilla extract. And I'm going to add a whole teaspoon, actually 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Gives it a great vanilla flavor. And I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of this almond extract, and it just adds to the almond flavor as we added some almonds to our granola. And actually grab a whisk so I can mix this together. I just mix it together so that all of the liquids mix well together. And you get this kind of, I don't know if you can see, thick brownish flavor or color. And just add that right to the dry ingredients. And then I'll mix this up. And just make sure all of the oats are coated with the liquid. So you want to really mix this well. And I already set my oven to 225 degrees. So you want a low temperature because you don't want to burn the oats. And you are going to let it cook for about an hour. I usually let it cook for an hour, then I check on it just to see the brown on top. Because I want it to be like a golden brown. And if it's not, by the time the hour is done, then I'll just leave it in there for a little longer and keep checking on it. I love the way it makes my house smell when it's cooking. It smells so good. Okay. Now, I have my baking sheet. I actually just use a pizza pan because it's just easier. And I'm going to use this parchment paper so it's easier to slide off when it's done. And I just pour it right on top. Make a little mountain. And then I just press it all down so it forms this even layer. And I just make sure it stays on top of the parchment paper. And really, this is it. It's a really easy recipe. Not much to it. So now I'm just going to pop this in the oven. And that's really it. Now we just wait, and I'll come back to you and show you what it looks like when it's done.